And good evening, all. It is Tuesday night, October 1st, 2019. If you're like me, you can't wait for hockey. And we are less than 24 hours. Well, let's put it this way, we're less than 23 hours from away from starting the 29th season in San Jose Sharks history. This program was requested by a couple of people, and they better show up in the chat for Cropper and Chester Tivo, you better be in here if I'm going to do this. And I'm running solo, so we're going to have some fun here. But welcome to Teal Town Live. 'Twas the night before hockey, and I was about to, you know, as can this program, but why not have some fun? And since I'm the only one here, watch out, people. All right, so you know the drill. I mean, you've been here for many years. If you're new to us, thank you so much. Thank you, and make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that like button, Jessica, and share with everybody on social media. And also, for that matter, hit that bell. That'll notify you when we go on. So this isn't just a big old surprise. But if you want to be a part of the show, here's how you do it. Chat with us and fellow Sharks fans in our YouTube chat on the page or the app. And follow us on the Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitch. So we are doing it all there for you. So let's get into the chat here. We got Jessica. Hello, Lance. What's up, bud? Rob Iman. Good evening. Hello, my dear. California Cruising. Hello. We need a Discord channel. I'm not sure about that yet. We'll see how that goes down the road. Sleepy Mofo. If it's a first week at a new job, but you want to hear Sharks, wear your Sharks jersey to celebrate the new season. Do you do it? I would. I mean, I have a lot of Sharks jerseys, so of course I would do it. Did we reach the shirt goal? If you mean in the case of AJ wearing the tight women's shirt, no, we did not, and I think on behalf of all of our viewers, thank goodness for that one. So basically, this is kind of what we call the shoot the S show. Just we kind of turn it over to you, and we'll have some fun with it. And maybe if you all are good enough, we might just put you on the air if you have Skype. So we'll see that with that there. Um, if you haven't already, by all means, after this, of course, check us out. AJ met up with Brody Brazil. He had some fun with Brody during a Sharks preview. AJ and Jerk also hooked up with for the Pacific Division preview. So check that out on Teal Town USA, either on here or on the SoundCloud or wherever you catch all your stuff. So, Jay, what's happening? Good to see you in here. Happy belated birthday to your wife as well. So let's get to the task at hand. We'll start off with the I don't want to say the elephant in the room, but the news coming out from the league office that Evander Kane gets suspended 3 games for abuse of the official. Considering that it is technically an automatic 10-game suspension. Yes, Skype in 2019, I know. That it is a automatic 10-game suspension. Maybe you can say King got off lucky. The other thing too, though, is where did this all go about? Was it the linesman's fault? I know a lot of people saying tonight, this is a suspension. Okay, did the linesman get suspended? No, of course not. They're not going to do that. So, it'll be interesting to see. Katie Lozano texting me saying thanks for the shout out. Appreciate it. You and Jay, Lexi, and Logan. Cheers to you. Hope you're all having a good time. Forgive me, since I am the only one here. You're going to see me, take a swig to keep my palate moisturized, I guess you could say. As it is for Teal, Amanda saying, can't wear a jersey to work, but I will be wearing Teal. Always ways to get around the dress code. Yep, definitely for sure. Um, and to me, for you know, for in the sense that it wasn't all completely the lines, or not completely Kane's fault. I think that's what really looked into the factor of why he only got 3 games. I when we were on with Landy and AJ on Sunday night, they thought that they would get nothing. I had a feeling that they were going to give him something, but it's one of those weird situations where it doesn't it doesn't necessarily. Let me put it in here a little bit more. It's not necessarily Kane's fault. The linesman could have stepped out of the way and let the play roll, since play was going on. But he needs to be a little bit smarter. That goes for the linesman and Kane. And that's one of the things that's gonna happen. But here's a good question from Jay. My question is, what would have happened to the linesman if Kane torn an ACL on the way down? Probably nothing. That would be an interesting one. And if there was an injury, that would be quite interesting to see what would have happened in that sense for Kane. But thankfully he's okay. He's not hurt. Yes, he's upset, and understandably so in that sense. And I think also, I don't think there was any intent per se. Yes, he did shove the guy, but after the guy shoved him down. So we'll see what's going on there. But here's the thing, and I know we've developed a rivalry of sorts with Sinbin Vegas, and I'll give them a shout out here. But you know, I know that oh, I love Twitter. It's just not working for me tonight. But one of the things that they had brought up, as I'm trying to pull it up. Let's see here. And it looks like Eakin will miss the opener. But Evander Kane has a shark at T-Mobile Arena. He's played 10 games there, and assuming this is including playoffs. 2-7-1, no goals, 103 penalty minutes, 2 suspensions. I'm going to say this. Maybe it's a good thing he's not playing in Vegas tomorrow. I mean, the struggle is real. And be honest, if he's dealing with Zykov, and for the most part dealing with Ryan Reeves, they're getting him off the game, which unfortunately Evander's kind of been dealing with when he's over there. So that's something that they're going to have to watch out for down the road when they go back to Las Vegas. At the same time, maybe this is an opportunity for another baby shark. So it'll be interesting. Looking into the chat here, Todd Snyder, Cruising, I think it's compromised because the linesman was the instigator. That's possibly what, and the thing is that like again, you're saying Kane doing Kane things. Kane doing Kane things. Well, the Kane that I would like to see are goals and assists, and that's what's going on here. David H in the chat, those stats, that's an issue. He's a top forward, and we need him to contribute on to the scoreboard. He's too talented to be the guy doing that. I agree, and you brought him in for scoring. You brought him in to be a tough guy, but not a tough guy. I'll use this reference for Puck Mom, for Jeff Odgers, Link Gates, John Scott, per se. You don't need to be the tough guy. You need him to score. And going into a season where you need to, we've been hearing this all preseason long, replacing the 38 goals from Joe Pavelski, replacing the X amount of goals from Jonas Donskoy, replacing Gus Nyquist, which I'm wearing his jersey, by the way. It's one of those big things. And it's going to be something interesting to see down the road. He has to be disciplined, but that's the thing too, is that you have to be disciplined, but that's the problem with it, is that you also have to have a tough edge. I think we saw that with the Vegas series. I think we also saw that in the Blues series in the Western Conference Final, as to the toughness level as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. So, I'm not going to get into the perfect situation with the Raiders. I don't care necessarily to talk about teams that are based in Las Vegas. Las Vegas Raiders of Oakland is how I see them this year. I apologize to Raiders fans, and I feel for you when you have to fly down. And kudos to you for dedication, and if you're going to fly down and everything. But they're not an Oakland team, at least in my mind. And it's going to be interesting to see what goes on. So, hey, there we go. All right, Chivo. You wanted this show, we're bringing it to you. What's up, Sharks fan? Yeah, definitely agree with you on that. And good to see you as well. There was a question about the Sharks lines in here, and I'm trying to find it as we find it. But yeah, looks like Mario Ferraro will make his debut. He'll be on a defense pair with Dalton Prout. Okay. I mean, it's one of those things. Shimmick, we've heard that he's about 2 weeks away from, well, as Drake would probably say, he's 2 weeks away from being 2 weeks away. But 2 weeks, all right? We got to get through it. Got to do it. We're not going to, give 2 weeks off. There's too much holding on early. And for that matter, you guys got to get off to, the Sharks have to get off to a good start. It would be a huge thing. And yeah, we've talked about how a regular season win doesn't give revenge on a playoff game or a series. But it does carry momentum. And in a league where momentum is key, getting off to a good start would be nice. Even if you split the home and home with Vegas, I think it would be a huge thing, and especially going into Anaheim the next night after your home opener. So it'll be interesting to see what we see down the road there. Chester Chivo, what are you expecting from Ferraro? What am I expecting from Ferraro? I expect the passion and strength and all-out play that he showed in the preseason. He helped with a shorthanded chance on Sunday night against Vegas. He almost caught up to Marchessault on that break where he scored on the goal. So it should be, interesting to see there in that sense. Let's see here. Sleepy Mofo asking, if Kane doesn't get suspended, does Prout play tomorrow? Hate that need for grit. You do need the grit. And my gosh, this reminds me of all the years with Dean Lombardi as a Sharks general manager, how he wanted to acquire grit. You don't get those fancy playmakers that you see nowadays in the NHL, and that would be more like the back then, maybe the Alexander Koroliuk days. So, want to ask you first before we continue on: is my audio okay? I haven't heard any complaints, so I'm assuming it's good. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Uh, Sleepy Mofo saying Ferraro was so fast. Yeah, he's definitely got some wheels. As a defenseman, that's going to help. If he develops that offensive defensive capability, you know, could be something to see down the road. Offensive capability as a defenseman. I don't think the Sharks have enough of that. So it should be interesting to see. Um, so, all right. So I'm getting a good audio is good. Audio is good. So that's good. And being since we're doing this live, where it's about 23 hours away from puck drop, Barclay Goodrow. Barclay Goodrow. Audio is a little low. Okay. Well, let's see what I can do here. Let's see what we can do here. I'll finagle with it and see what I can play with. You guys tell me otherwise, and that way I will try to make sure that you're picking me up properly. Maybe I don't have this properly. I'm sure this is sounding great. At the moment, AJ is probably looking at this and wanting to kill me. Nonetheless, it'll do for now. So audio is good, good audio is good, bud. Awesome. Rob saying Blues were a bit of a fluky team. No, I think they just caught on at the right time. I really do. I think they really were, found that groove, and they found that hot streak going into the playoffs. I mean, think about it. Round one, who did they take down in round one? Oh, Winnipeg. They stunned Winnipeg. That definitely got their momentum going. Dallas, they had to go to double overtime of Game 7. They had a slow start in Game 1 against the Sharks. Game 2, they caught them off guard. Caught them off guard early, which we all know the Sharks' issues with starting a game down early. So it's one of those things. And, of course, the fluky break in Game 3, I think I even said it on here that night after Game 3. It's like, don't even bother thinking about them coming back with a 3-1 lead. They're going to go back to San Jose for Game 5 tied up at 2-2. And sure enough, they get that. They get away with some couple of things. They take on a depleted Sharks lineup. I mean, it was depleted. I don't even think, the Sharks really had a chance in Game 6. I mean, they gave it a good run, but no luck whatsoever. So it'll be interesting to see how that works. Central Division is going to be quite interesting. You look at St. Louis, defending Cup champs. You got to give them the respect for that, no matter what. Dallas, and California cruising in here saying, how does Dallas look with Pavs and Perry? I mean, think about it. Once Perry's completely healthy, you're going to have Joe Pavelski, Corey Perry, which is such a pest. And we've seen that time and time again, to have that pest in the playoffs could be something big. Now, if Perry can contain himself, unlike he did in 2018, then the Stars should be okay. But then you have Pavelski, you have Perry. We're probably talking about their second line right there. Or they'll put Pavelski with Tyler Seguin and Jamie Benn. Oh my goodness. I mean, that's craziness. Throw in Alexander Radulov. Throw in, Nico Heiskanen and such. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be absolutely crazy for Dallas. I mean, I could see them trying to steal the division, but then at the same time, they could be in a wild card. I just don't know. Chivo adding in, nice of the Blues to give Kayla a ring, much like the league gave Blues a chance. Oh, come on, Chivo, come on. Now, no, I think it's really I think it auto corrected to Layla. It's supposed to be for Layla. Layla, was an inspiration for that team. Absolutely an inspiration for that team, and good on the Blues. You know, I think if you are an inspiration for that team and you do whatever it takes, okay, that's cool. Give him the ring. I mean, what a fortunate thing to have, you know, and to be there. At the same time, those rings are buttes. Those rings are buttes. Absolutely. Um, let's continue on here. Excuse me while I grab water. Desert Dogs there. Excellent. All right. David H. Hi, David H. Thanks for joining us. We've talked about Ferraro. Who is another Sharks youngster who you feel can be an immediate contributor? Well, we're going to see some of them. Oh boy, which means I gotta break out the pronunciation guide. NHL Media, thank you for sending this to us. I complete. There has been much talked about Sasha Shimlevsky and Ivan Shikovich, and they're gonna start with the Barracuda. Barracuda, by the way, October 11th, home opener. Be there, definitely be there. But I think you're gonna look at your Taiken and look to see what's gonna happen there. So Rob saying if Nashville stumbles out of the gate, I think Renee could be traded. Ooh, I can't see Nashville stumbling out of the gate. And Nashville's another team in the Central that's going to be a good one. Uh, now with Ryan Johansson and Matt Duchene on there, that's going to look really nice. PK Subban, surprisingly didn't fit in Nashville too much. He was still struggling a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see what happens down there. But then, speaking of the Central, Colorado, Rantanen's going to be in the lineup. McKinnon's going to be in there. Where do you put, Jonas Donskoy? Matt Nieto, Long Beach native. That's part of the drinking game, right? They have it. It'll be interesting to see in that sense, though, with Philip Grubauer, how he's going to be going into the season. It's mainly his net now. Varlamov is in Long Island. So let's see what happens with Grubauer down the road. So, Felix, what's up, Felix? I feel like we're going to need a new drinking game once Seattle comes to the league after the season. Well, it's going to be 2021. It's not going to be next season. It's going to be the season after that. 2021 with the Seattle and I'm kind of with Randy Hahn when we interviewed him. I think it's going to be Sockeyes, and I think it's going to be a interesting rivalry. But we'll find out something. Maybe it's not a shot or something. Maybe it's a shot of espresso or something like that. In that case, we'll see. Christine, I will send that to you. The pronunciation guide link. Yeah. We literally make Ian Reed and Kevin Lacey groan when we get a name wrong, and we want to make sure we get everything right on the program. And so we'll have that coming for you. But I'll make sure to send that to you. That I don't think I'll be breaking any NHL media rules in that sense. So. Chifa wants the Seattle Kraken. No, I think that'll be released. California cruising, Vancouver, Seattle rivalry. Did somebody say Vancouver? Uh, that one's going to be fun. The Cascade rivalry, that'll be fun to have. And for the Sharks, it'll also be nice to have two northern rivals in Vancouver and Seattle. The other fun thing, and I know we're getting ahead with Seattle because they're not even here yet, but I mean, think about it. When the Sharks came into the league, they only had Los Angeles and Vancouver in their time zone. Now, once Seattle gets here, you're going to have Vancouver, Seattle, LA, Anaheim, and Vegas in there, which I think is just going to be so much nice. It'll be really good. I don't know what it is. I think talking straight on for 26 minutes definitely gets the mouth dry. So, but what else? What else do you want to hear? I mean, I'm here for you guys. I mean, tonight is just a fun night to just have fun, get ready for the season. You know, if I had some crew members, I would be asking them about their predictions and such. And one of the things I want to here, I'll throw this out to you, which is one of the things I would ask. What's your bold prediction? And I'll preface that I want one bold prediction about the NHL overall, and one bold prediction about the Sharks. Just saying. So think about that, and I'll look forward to the chat, to the end of the chat. California Cruising now, their Desert Dogs moving to the central. Oh, he said Desert. Oh. Are they moving to central? Yeah, once Seattle gets in 2021, they'll go to the central, which makes sense, to be honest, a little bit more. Chivo asking, do you agree with me that the Metro will be the most competitive division? It will be. I think the entire Eastern Conference is going to be the competitive conference. You know, you have the Islanders, Rangers, Devils. What will Carolina be after going to the Eastern Conference Final? How will Columbus recover from losing a bunch of free agents after they went all in and eliminated the President's Trophy winners last season? But then you look at the Atlantic. Toronto, you know, they want to prove that they can get out of the first round. Tampa, holy crap, they are going to come in with a vengeance with what happened to them getting swept by Columbus. Florida, are they going to be a team for real? Bobrovsky is their goaltender now. Mike Hoffman, you know, former Shark Mike Hoffman. It still gets me, you know. And you talk about right there, Sleepy Mofo. Even the Flyers aren't going to be too bad, you know. But that's what's going to be really, really interesting. So, let's see. We're getting some bold predictions in here now. Sleepy Mofo saying consistent officiating is a bold prediction of the NHL. Bold prediction of the Sharks, they win the cup. I'm not going to say that's technically a bold prediction. I don't think that's too far off. Rob Iman says Pittsburgh misses the postseason. That's a potential to happen. Chester Chivo, Leafs miss the playoffs and the Panthers make the playoffs. If that happens, boy howdy. First off, I will feel so bad for Steve Dangle. My God, I don't think you could wear earphones during his LFRs if that happens. You know, Mike Babcock definitely will be fired.
Well, we're looking for good players, and good players are going to be right there, and we have good players, and we should be better about that.
Don Holio, has Eric been drinking or just tired? I'm going to say I have been drinking. Am I tired? Yeah, maybe a little bit. But you know what? You get so excited about the NHL season. I mean, look, the last game was late May. We haven't seen a game that matters since late May. And of all things, we're getting it against Vegas. So it'll be interesting. David H. on the bold prediction saying Timo puts up 40 goals. Is that bad? Is that bold? Maybe not. That's definitely doable. That's definitely doable there. Desert Dogs. Oh, sorry. Thank you. There you go. Chester Chivo with one of the most interesting questions. Who will Patrick Marleau sign with and when? I couldn't tell you. Question being, I believe, is if his consecutive game streak will come to an end tomorrow. That's what I'm curious about. Patty took a chance in hoping to return to San Jose, and unfortunately, you know, it's too bad. Felix Chow, bold predictions for the Sharks. I don't know what's bolder than PDB getting fired because unless the Sharks nosedive, that's not happening. Yeah. I mean, I think Landy mentioned it like one or two shows before the Ottawa game that his head was on the line. Should be interesting to see. Sleepy Mofo. I think Marleau could retire by February if he doesn't find a team. I think if he doesn't sign with a team before November 30th, he's not eligible to play this season. So it'll be interesting to see how that happens. Chivo saying personally surprised we didn't sign Patty. Well, I'll refer back to our Randy Hahn interview. I think it was to show that the youngsters, we're giving you this chance. We're giving you this chance to show us that we don't need another 40-year-old in the lineup. You know, and that's probably the best thing to happen for the organization. Now, the catch of that being is if you don't get it done, then then those questions will begin, and you start to get curious on that. David H. agreed on Arizona. I think they will surprise a lot of people. To me, depending on how things work out, I think they can sneak in. I really think Arizona can sneak in. That'd be interesting there. Jerry F. Good evening, sir. Your thoughts. Jersey question. Do you think with the whole hashtag Teal Together campaign, we will see less games with the stealth jerseys and more in teal? Not that they wore stealth for a lot of games last season anyway. The Sharks did put out, and I'll try to pull it up here. They did put up the schedule for the third jersey, which is very grateful, in my opinion. I always look at all of that. Trying to find it here, which of course is always terrific to do when you're on live on YouTube. So, here we go. They're going to have 12 dates this season for the stealth jersey. October 19th against Buffalo will be the first one. Of course, again, since I'm running solo, the impressions will come out and so much more. So October 19th against Buffalo, November 1st against Winnipeg, November 7th against Minnesota, Black Friday, November 29th against LA, December 12th against the Rangers, December 14th against the Vancouver Canucks, December 27th, the day after my birthday, against LA, January 9th against Columbus, February 27th against New Jersey, March 5th against Minnesota, March 19th against Montreal, and Joe Pavelski's second game back as a Dallas Star, April 2nd versus Dallas. So that's where you're gonna see the black jerseys. I just hope for the 30th season. Just putting it out there, and I think I agree with a lot of people. Let's have the one of the original jerseys back. Yeah, they did it 5 years ago. I get that, and heck, maybe we do something different with like the original logo. Maybe we kind of change it up a little bit. Maybe it's a different look at a throwback. It's be something interesting to see. I'm not going to say but put the Finn logo on the front because I don't think that would work. But maybe do something different to commemorate 30 seasons. I mean, you saw it with Buffalo, how they went with a unique navy blue and the metallic gold. We could see something like that. I don't think it's going to be straight on Vancouver Canucks where they have one of their jerseys come back. I do like the idea of putting it up for vote as to which will be. But it is what it is. So, let's see. Felix is saying, I got a question for you, Puck Guy. What's the craziest contract you've seen this offseason? Mitch Marner. I mean, that whole mess was crazy. And if it weren't for Mikko Rantanen getting bank from Colorado, Kyle Dubas looks like a total idiot, especially after seeing all these RFLs signed for so much less. So it's a big risk, and you hope that they can get it done. Sleepy Mo, I still think there's some saltiness after Marleau left, especially with Tavares deal. I can't see that. I think Patty's been well respected and well loved in this organization. Something tells me something's up. To me, and I still think that if the Sharks get off to a rough start or they have a lot of injuries early on, I think they give him a call. I mean, that guy right there, Danius Zubris. He got a call in November and helped out with the Sharks. Shored up the fourth line in the long run. Sleepy mofo. Puck Guy wants Pominville to sign with the Sharks just to say, oh, are you setting me up for this? And let's see, if AJ's not here, I think I can get away with it. And you can add one more to the population of Pominville. Yeah, unfortunately, Pominville is not anywhere near an NHL arena right now. So we'll see about that. Out on the wire, good evening to you. If two of Edmonton's new wingers score 15-plus goals and Smith offers above average goaltending, they squeak into the playoffs. It's definitely possible. I think the Pacific Division is so wide open with the exception of maybe Anaheim and LA. Honestly, I think Vegas and San Jose are locks. After that, it's a crapshoot. Calgary is the defending Pacific Division champion. They can have good going goaltending. Are they going to go with Cam Talbot and David Rittich through the whole way? I don't know. Their defense is good. Giordano is a great captain, but it remains to be seen. So, yeah. Kind of getting caught up on all the comments here. Forgive me if I'm running behind. I apologize. Lambview SJS. Since our new campaign is Teal together, we should have a Teal out for playoff games. I completely agree. I've been asking for this for a number of years, and I'm not going to pat myself on the back, but since I was kind of partly helpful for them, and let's put it this way. Since I kind of put the idea out for Teal together, I say I would love for them to have a Teal out. I love for Teal rally towels. Heck, I'm looking at you, Sharks management, and Doug Bentz. I want to have a Teal towel. I want it to be a Teal Town towel, if per se. If you want some permissions, you know where to find me in my DMs. But a towel similar to the terrible towel in Pittsburgh, but a towel that represents just not just the city, but both organizations. You just are rocking it. I think it'd be really cool. Be really, really cool. Jerry F., my son, and I got our Teal Town shirts today, and they are awesome. They are great quality. Jerry, thank you so much. And thanks for the great segue, by the way. If you haven't already bought one, there are some limited quantities. And believe it or not, we have limited quantities of our new Teal Town USA shirts online at tealtownusa.com. We're just $25. It's in our swag shop section of tealtownusa.com. We have the teal. We also have the black stealth version. AJ wore when we were on from the Shark Tank. We also have the ladies have a gorgeous and soft, for that matter, too, Deep Pacific teal shirt. That we're running very low on. So, by all means, keep an eye out for that. tealtownusa.com in the swag shop. So, Jerry F., let's continue on with the comments in the chat. I remember when they tried the Heritage jersey 5 years ago, we lost every game in them. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I'd say that. Yeah. So let's see here. Yeah, the Kevin Hayes contract, definitely too. Was a little interesting. Talk about an overpayment. I think the market corrected big time. So, and yeah, Amanda coming with, yay, my washed mine and still soft, no issue with the logo, and like Puck Guys All-Star shirt. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Chivo asking, would you take a flyer on host saying cheap contract, low risk, high reward? Seems like what the Sharks are doing with in their ammo these days. Not certain that that's going to be something that they want to do, but we remains to be seen. You know, we could see what we do there. Could see Arizona and Vancouver pushing for third in the Pacific. Definitely. I could definitely see that happening there. And we get Teal Ice. That one, I think, and as a guy who loves all things Teal as much as Rocket Backhander does, Rocket, if you're watching, good to see you. Hope to see you soon at the tank. Hope to see you on the show. I think After Dark and Pucknologist definitely would be a great one. Joshua Thurnell, are you mad at Pavelski? No, I'm not mad at Pavelski. I mean, it would be, yes, he left on his own accord. It wasn't like he was traded or anything. You know, he was asking for something more, and Doug Wilson wasn't going to give it to him, and he didn't give it to Patty, and he wanted that third year. Look what's happening in his third year. He's currently at home. You know, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with Pavs after the second year. I definitely think he's got a lot more left in him than Patty does. And granted, Pavs is at 35. He'll be at 37, 38 in the long run. So, our Teal Town hoodies on the horizon. We're looking into it. I'll say that we are looking into it, so we'll see. What area are you sitting in on Friday? Section, I don't know. Row, not sure. Seat number, maybe. Fanatics is a dirty word. Yes, yes, it is. Indeed, indeed. Uh, no Goldobin, though, please. Yeah, I don't think so. So I wonder if he goes to the KHL in the long run. I can't see him going to Utica and staying in Utica for a while, but I think he has been a team player and definitely needs to stop looking and loading pictures for Instagram. I think he now needs to get going on that one. Otherwise, that's another bust for the Canucks. Just like Jake Virtanen, unfortunately. Alrighty. So we are just past the 45-minute hour. Uh, as for me, prediction wise, I'll say this. I say Vegas takes the division. I think San Jose will finish second, barring any complete tragedies. After that, like I said, 3 through 6, you can throw it up in the air. You have Calgary, you have Edmonton, who, you know, they're due. They are due. And not gonna lie, it'll be interesting to see if they want to trade uh, Connor McDavid after this season, just because you're just blowing his whole opportunity to smithereens. And I'm sure NBC would love for him to come to a team down the states. My goodness, if he were ever traded to like Anaheim or something, my goodness, how many Ducks games would we have on the television? Races, rock fan rocks for. Let's be real. Edmonton has Bakersfield. They got a good coach down there in Bakersfield. Jay Woodcroft, the former Sharks assistant coach, definitely in there. Out on the wire. I'm a poker fan from Edmonton here. Shuffle up and deal. Good sir. Thank you for or miss. Thank you for watching. What are your guys' thoughts on the greatest weakness of the Sharks? Now that is a great question. And where do you go? You know, Martin Jones, Aaron Dell, not the greatest year. Under 900 save percentage. Can't happen. Defense wise, you traded Justin Braun to Philly. You have no Radim Shimmick, who was kind of the Wookiee Whisperer 2.0 uh, until, midway through the month. You are starting a third pair of Mario Ferraro and Dalton Prout tomorrow. It's scary. And unfortunately, I wouldn't be surprised if they maybe get 10 minutes of ice time. And that's the last thing. Offensively, yeah, you need to figure out how to replace those goals. I'm not even going to say Donskoy because Donskoy didn't score a goal for 4 months. And that didn't help. Like Sleepy Mofo just said, right wing depth is not there. And that's the thing. Chivo, greatest weakness is a fan base we love too much. Yeah, we love too much, but I think that tone's changing, and I think that tone's changed since the reverse sweep, in the sense that, yeah, the honeymoon's kind of out of the way. We want to win a cup. We want to win it now. You look at St. Louis, they waited 52 years, and an unexpected run is how they got it. When they had years with Hull and Oates, Hull and Janney, Brendan Shanahan, Al McInnes, heck, even the 2000 teams where they had McInnes and Pronger. Stranger things have happened. And we'll get to my predictions in a little bit for the Sharks. Always you want to win the cup. You always want to win the cup. We'll see what happens. And I'll let you know about my predictions coming up here. Chivo asking, and this is an interesting one. How do you think attendance will be this season? This is an interesting question in my mind. And it's not the Sharks' fault. The Sharks could go 60-24 per se. Um, you know, it's gonna be interesting. Number one, you have the 49ers that are just on a hot run right now. They're the best team in the NFC right now and have a Monday night game coming this week. You throw in, if the A's win tomorrow in their wild card game, you throw in playoffs for them for at least another week. You're getting at least one more A's home game out there, and heck, probably a lot more, which means you're not going to see a lot of Brody on the pregame right away. You look at the Niners, you look at the A's, you look at the Warriors. The Warriors are opening up a brand new building. The Chase Center. Everybody, I mean, remember when it happened when the Giants moved to the then named Pac Bell Park? It was just crazy. I personally predicted that there'd be a struggle, especially after the reverse sweep, about how the Niners were going to grab all the Silicon Valley dollars, and it hurt them a little bit. So you have the Niners, you have the Warriors, you have the A's for a little bit. Who knows what's going to happen with the Earthquakes? Let's hope they can get into the playoffs this year. It's stretching that money. It's stretching that almighty dollar out. That factor of the matter is, and while there's a great amount of fan base, I'm from Concord. It's tough to get down there. I would leave at 4:30 on a weekday and get there around 5:20, 5:30. Have some time to get something to eat and head down. Now I got to leave by maybe 4, and I'll maybe get down there before 5:45. It's something that's going to hurt. I can't wait for the Berryessa extension to open up. I hope there's some type of shuttle to get people from the Berryessa station in San Jose to the arena. I think that would be a huge thing, whether if it's VTA or the Sharks themselves. It would be a huge thing to do that. It'll be interesting to see. But yeah, I think you have the Chase Center, you have the Niners on a good run, you have the A's on a run. You also have, the frickin' BART construction is going to start pretty soon. So it'll be interesting to see. So, wow, we are blowing up now. I mentioned transportation, everything goes crazy. Yep, like I said, Barry S will be at the end of the year. Let's go watch the Coup d'etat. Chivo. This is the first time I'm going to games since 2010. Wow. Chivo. Wow. Jessica, I'm in Gilroy, so it's not too bad for me. Felix, question for you in regards to the Barry Sports competition and our drive to want to win the cup. How many more years do you think DW lasts at the helm? Again, it's tough to say. I think it would have to be an absolute dumpster fire for the Sharks, because you could have completely fired him in 2015 after the first sweep, after this team just fell apart after the outdoor game and missed the playoffs. You could have just started all over again. That being said, that might be the mulligan that DW has. At the same time, you can maybe even make a sense that, well, Hasso's on the other side of the world. And doesn't see the direct operations. It's one of those things. So, Patrick Tyler checking in. Good evening to you. I'm 3 hours away from the tank, LOL. I leave the house at like 2-ish for a night game. Don't get home till midnight, 1 a.m. Yeah, you're kind of like me, and I have to go to work. I have to be at work at 5 a.m. If I'm at the arena and that usually means I'm doing either a check-in or doing the show. I'm not getting out of there until about 11:30, um, and driving that 45 minutes to an hour will change things for sure. So, did y'all end up planning anything for game one? For the first game of the season, no. Nothing has been planned. There is a ticketed event at Avaya Stadium tomorrow, uh, which they did a lot of during the playoffs, so it'll be interesting to see. Uh, it'll be good to see how that's going to turn out. But here's the thing. The A's kind of throw a curveball in that. If the A's were playing tonight instead of tomorrow, I think you could definitely see a lot more people in looking at it. Hassel loves DW, but I wonder how long his patience lasts. Sure, you could say that, but I don't know. Chiva with a good question. A good comment here. How many more years will the Sharks be at SAP Center? Do you think we will get a new arena within the next 10 years? Google is going to want that property. No comment. I look at it this way. I love the Shark Tank. I love the situation in downtown San Jose. You look at, and again, I'll refer to when we had Randy Hunt on. You look at what the Coyotes got in Glendale. Build a shopping center around it, build everything, and people come out. It's in the wrong spot. It should be over on the other side in Scottsdale. You're having people drive over an hour to get there, and it's just not going to work. And that's why it wasn't working. And of course, it doesn't help that they don't have a winning product on the thing until right now. You look at Canada, where the Ottawa Senators play. They aren't exactly in the greatest spot in the world. That's why they're fighting for a new arena that, of course, their owner doesn't want to pay for. So you used to see the outside areas go for it. Another one, what I think would be a prime example, where the Detroit Pistons played, Palace of Auburn Hills. Gorgeous arena, very useful arena right now. Could have been. But there's the charm of having a downtown arena, bringing everybody into downtown, revitalizing it and everything. That's where the Sharks should stay. And with the transportation going to be happening in the next few years, that's where they should be, in my opinion. So, just going down the line here, so forgive me. I know we might be jumping back on the comments down the road. Felix Chow, what are your thoughts of Seattle getting an AHL team in Palm Springs? It makes sense. I mean, think about it. You have a team in Stockton, San Jose. You go further down I-5, Bakersfield, Ontario, San Diego. I mean, they're all grouped into there. A lot of people asking about the Canucks when they're going to put their team in Abbotsford in BC. I don't know if they do. I mean, they have a sweet deal in Utica, but I don't know if they do. And if they do, I think it would be closer down here. I'm waiting for the Golden Knights to put a team down in Nevada or up in like Reno or something, but they don't have a building for it. Christine, I'm just happy the Sharks home opener is Friday, not tomorrow. Tell me about it. I was getting worried that game one of the ALDS would be on Friday if they advance. Andy Man, oh, we're still going nice. Yep, we're still going. Just hit the hour mark right now, so terrific. Maybe Great America closes down and the Sharks build a new green next to the US. No. No. Absolutely not. No. That parking is a nightmare. Absolutely not. starting to not mind the drive as much, but I did last games last season, so used to it. The only Bay Area team I'm invested in is San Jose. I'm concerned about the other Bay Area teams. The other Bay Area teams are going to be fine. Warriors have a brand new digs. They're going to have that shiny new feeling to it for years. Oracle Park, not the arena in Oakland. The Giants, that ballpark is just a freaking jewel. I hope the A's get a new ballpark. They deserve a new ballpark. Looks like they got another curveball thrown at them today. Should be interesting to see what happens there. If the Sharks were going to build a new arena, it would probably be where Diridon Bart is going to be. Not going to happen. Google's already bought that property up. So it'll be interesting there. Out on the wire, and since you're from Edmonton, this makes total sense. Downtown arenas are a must in today's market. Absolutely. I think that's worked wonders in Edmonton. I know AJ's talked about talking to Drew Remenda about it and how that's been such a huge deal for Edmonton, and I think that's huge these days. So Anthony's predicting SAP Center will get revamped. The Sharks will not play anywhere else. We'll see. Build a new arena where Oracle sits right now after A's move. Don't know what's going to happen with that. The A's want to buy that property. I don't know if the Sharks would want to be a tenant there. What transformation that's going to be in San Jose the next few years? Nothing guaranteed. I think they pushed the project of downtown San Jose to Bart. I think their completion date's now 2030. It's going to take a little bit, and that's where you say Bart got delayed by several years. Edmonton's downtown is now going with a new arena. And that's what it did to the city of San Jose when they built the arena. They took a risk with it. They had no sports team with it, and it's working wonders. You look at a city in Kansas City who built a brand new arena, hoping to land something, and it just hasn't worked out. Getting back to the AHL comments, they should call it the I-5 division. They should. They should. Fresno needs an AHL team. The tough part is that both arenas aren't either wanting to have a hockey team there or inadequate. Christine will ask an explanation for it. It is, but it'll be in Houston. Yes, but that tunes eyes away from the Sharks. So, Jared Bayer, good to see you, my friend. I live in Reno, and bringing a team is a long way down the road. City's not ready. Yeah, I didn't think so. I know they had the Sacramento team's D League team there, and that moved to Stockton just at that. Share with the Warriors at Chase Center. No, I don't think it's built up for hockey. And you don't want to run the nightmare of what the Islanders just went through at Barclays Center in Brooklyn, where it's just a cluster. Anybody hear that the Sharks went paintballing today for team bonding? Yes, I think it was. I thought it was fun. It was hilarious. I some of the pictures I seen on Evander Kane's Instagram were pretty funny, and interesting to see. Andy Man saying, I just moved out of that part of Santa Clara. F that noise, man. Absolutely brutal trying to move around Santa Clara on game days. Oh, I can only imagine. I can only imagine. The A's are in a process right now. If it gets approved, we break ground on it a few months on a new stadium. I wonder if I say Oakland A's like 3 times if Brody Brazil will just jump on. So, let's put this out there, like he did with Jumbo. Brody, if you are watching, you know my Skype name. Just call me. We'll get you on. Let's have some fun. All right, Brody, if you are watching. I know it's not AJ, but let's throw that out, all right? Yep. And Rob making another point. Golden One Centers revive downtown Sac. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, and that's an interesting one. Chivo saying, I predict the Sharks play a preseason game at Chase Center next season. Why not try it? That's where it's where the what got the Islanders to Barclays Center early on. Um, but it remains to be seen. And the Warriors played a ton of preseason games in San Jose um, for years. I think this is the first time in a few years that it happens. Jared typing, and again, the other's been talking about a local hockey rink here, but it hasn't happened yet. A couple ideas for a venue downtown. However, nothing's really materialized. Jared, I'll ask this to you, because Reno was technically Sharks territory until Vegas got here. What's the feeling about it? Is it more Golden Knights now because it's within the state, or is it more so Sharks because it's closer to San Jose? I'm curious about that one, for sure. Let's see here. How's the Pizzeria doing, helping Detroit downtown? I think it's helping wonders, and I think also having the Pistons there will also help things. And Don Julio, the Coyotes are the cautionary tale about arena placement. Yep, that's a big one. Just mentioned that ago, but yeah. Felix, predictions on when the Sharks will host another outdoor game. I mean, we just had the All-Star game, and we had the Stadium Series. You have the star quality here right now. I think if there's a lot more notoriety, I think you can get it. Question being who, and it's got to be at Oracle Park. It's got to be in San Francisco, in my mind. Who do you get to play it? That's the question I have. Who gets to play in that outdoor game with the Sharks at Oracle Park? Is it Anaheim? Is it the Kings? Is it the Golden Knights? Should be interesting. With SAP Center, the Sharks were ahead of the time with a downtown arena that is aged better than other arenas built in the nice. Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more. The Shark Tank has, it's 26 years old. It's aged wonderfully. I mean, you could stay there for a lot. So, but we'll see. We'll see. Of course, 4 years ago was too long not having an outdoor game, but Bruins and Pens and Hawks get an outdoor game again. Yeah, I get what you mean there. Beef. Yeah, the having those three just continue on, which is why I like the having the Predators and the Stars in the All-Star game. So, would you guys like to see something really interesting? I don't think I'm sharing anything that isn't been known. Chris Creamer showed these off a little bit not too long ago, so I'm going to do this really quick. One of the things that we have access to are the style guides for the NHL, and obviously we saw this one the other day. The Predators unveiled that one. They call this a shoulder logo, so we'll see what that is. Dallas going with a classic retro. I like this one, honestly. It'll be interesting to see how that works. But some of the let's see, can I go up? Some of the graphics for the Winter Classic, it's so awesome. And there's a group called Fan Brands that really do a heck of a job putting these marks together. They also did, the All-Star games and everything, but just some of the graphics that they do and everything. But it's so cool to see uh, because they really get into it. They really deep into that, and I know the Sharks were. I don't want to say the Sharks organization, but I know some fans were a little disappointed in the All Star look, but it had a really cool look to it. You know, um, it just excuse me. I had a burp that I was trying to prevent from happening. but the I think it's called Fan Brands with the Z. They do a heck of a job for the NHL on all the stuff. I mean that it's interesting. I wonder if I can. I definitely should be able to show the Heritage Classic one. But I mean, the Heritage Classic is looks so cool. I mean, you have the classic logo, and I'm sure Hockey Jerk is getting excited as I show this off. Wait, let me kill my lower third. But I mean, this looks just really awesome, and they do. And this is the logo geek in me coming out right now, but they do such an awesome job with the logos and such. And look, I know they have like so many of these in here, but just really tying in. There's the green for Regina, Saskatchewan, which is where the Heritage Classic Stadium played this year. But I mean, just really, I know I'm kind of scrolling through it really quick, but the little Easter egg graphics that they have going on here are so awesome, and they did a really great job with the jerseys. And talking with Eric Bottomer, who's in charge of the stuff for Adidas, they literally had to scramble to get all those logos and jerseys done really quick beforehand. So, all right, let's see here. Jessica, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be able to go to midnight tonight unless I get somebody to jump on here. uh, and I'm trying to stay away from the arena comments, but there's a lot of them in here. Um, you know, uh, Felix, I am loving the Dallas Winter Classic logo. Yeah, it's gonna be really cool. I wonder what the jerseys are gonna look like. They're gonna look so awesome. I'm glad they're looking to do that. Do you think Kendall Quinn makes her Sharks broadcasting debut at the home opener? Apparently, I hear not. She's going to join the team in Chicago for their first run there. So there's that. I agree, Anthony. I've been to the Shark Tank, nice building, but what the heck is up with white? Well, when the building was built in '93, white was kind of the clean look, the clean industrial look that I think they were going for in the arena. Should be interesting to see what they do. Um, you know, predict tomorrow night's score. Sadly, I have a feeling the Knights will blow us out. I think it's going to be a good game. Maybe lose in overtime. Again, no official comment. So the food selection, but grilled cheese is pretty good. AJ and I get to try it out on October 13th. All the new stuff at the SAP Center, so it should be interesting to see what. And trust me, I'll be getting off of work and headed over there, and I'll be chowing down. So, with that, I've been going for almost 75 full minutes. I'm shocked I haven't had anybody Skype me and say, "Where the heck are you? What the heck are you doing?" And so we'll see on there if we get anybody for sure. So let's take some final questions and comments before we call it a night. How excited are you for the season? Last call for predictions. Where do you see the Sharks doing this season? It'll be so let's see. Why oh why Prout? You need the depth. You need the depth there. Earl of Sandwich has become my new hotspot in downtown. So that they're pretty good. I remember them at Disneyland. They were awesome. Grilled cheese with ketchup, yum. Yeah, I'm with you. Um, so, Laurel, finally checking. Did you enjoy how quiet the chat was? Sorry about it. I'm trying to be calm. Tomorrow's the opening night of hockey season. Yes, can't wait. Will I be at the home opener Friday? Don't know yet. We'll see. If we do, we'll have a get together before the game. No. Felix, who do you predict will lead the Sharks in scoring this year? Erik Karlsson. Also, mind you that he doesn't get hurt. No. I say Brent Burns, Erik Karlsson would be right behind him. The leading scorer, I'll definitely say. Leading scorer will be Timo Meier. I'll go with that. I think Timo Meier will score 37 goals for the team this season. And I say they will have 3 30-goal scores. So. Anthony Sanchez, Sharks starting over 2. Sorry to say, I personally just don't like our team is constructed. It's early. I'm not going to be one that's going to be biased towards our team, and I usually try not to. But that's what we do on this show. When we go live after every game, which we will, season premiere of Teal Town After Dark will happen tomorrow night following Sharks and Golden Knights. By all means, and I know there's some people taking off right now, but by all means, tell your friends, tell everybody. We will be back here right on this YouTube channel tomorrow night for Teal Town After Dark. And I appreciate it immensely if you would join us. Today's news about Kane took the wind out of my sail about all excitement tomorrow against Vegas. I'm not sure about that. It depends on how many things Vegas gets away with, for sure. So, all right, with that, in case you missed anything and you want to watch this again, check us out on tealtownusa.com or your favorite podcatcher, whether it's, gotta fix myself there, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Trying to figure out a way to get on radio.com. Just for the sake of Alden Tanaka, who drives one of our favorite morning show personalities to work most of the mornings. Be great to do that. Gosh, I'm so excited for hockey season. Finally hockey season, Puck. Yeah. Yay. Yeah, I am too. Really excited about it. Looking forward to it, definitely. Jared, didn't see your last comment there. Go ahead and send it to me again if you don't mind. Sharks ended last season with a meth lineup, and they started the season with a meth lineup. Yes, but I think they're still going to be a tough team to defeat. I don't think this is going to be 2014-15 all over again. But thanks for everyone for joining us. Yep, definitely. It's cup or bust, and that's where I've been at with this organization since making the cup finals. Yeah, and that's the goal they'll always have. Once you hit that next threshold, that's where it is, and where the threshold is at right now is them winning the cup. Can they do it? I think they still can do it. Will it be as easy as it was last year? No, absolutely not. So, Patrick, thank you, and thank you to all of you for all your comments and everything. We will get back with you. You will see me a lot more for Teal Town After Dark this season. Might be going 110 games, the max, everybody. So, got to keep that streak alive. Might be reporting from here. Might be at the tank. Might be wherever we're at. So we'll see on that. Oh, share it. There you go. Thank you very much for typing back. It's split here in Reno. Many Vegas fans and San Jose fans with high tech companies here from Silicon Valley. That makes sense. Um, and I get it. The local, I'll say local, in regards to being in Nevada, you have a team that's representing the state as opposed to being close to it. So, Anthony Sanchez, I hope DeBoer sends out the power play unit that scored 4 power play goals instead of the units he sent out last game. Yeah, and not everybody was there for it. Sleepy Mofo, 100 points for the Sharks. That's my prediction. They'll get to 100. I think I think they have a chance to go all the way. I don't think Doug Wilson's done with this team yet, though. Mark my word on that. So, with that, my voice is getting dry. I got to save something for tomorrow night. So, I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate it immensely. Thank you for watching. And as always, if you there we go. See, I was trying to get away without giving another gulp. There we go. But we'll see you. We'll be back with you following Sharks and Golden Knights tomorrow night after the game. Hopefully, we're talking about 2 Bay Area teams winning games. Good luck to the A's tomorrow night. For those who are into esports, congratulations to the San Francisco Shock, who won Overwatch League. Should be interesting to see. Cheryl chiming in about the Reno. I find it odd that Reno likes VGK, given the north-south hate. Otherwise, used to live there. So, yeah. Again, the Nevada pride, I guess, is what we're going with here. But again, like I said, we'll be back with you following Sharks and Golden Knights for the season premiere of Teal Town After Dark. Yes, we don't really count the preseason, of course. That's where we get work on the little bugs here and there. So, appreciate everybody watching. Appreciate, I think we got up to 40 at one time. We're at 26 people watching, 10 likes. I don't think I have anything else to say. Let's drop the puck. Let's have some fun. If you've missed any of our stuff, check out tealtownusa.com. AJ spoke with Brody on a Sharks preview show. AJ and Hockey Jerk did the Pacific Division preview. I allowed AJ to be on the interview with Randy Hahn, which is nice. Randy Hahn was a great one too, so for sure. So we'll be back there for that. If we are able to broadcast from the arena on Friday, maybe I'll find a way to get in there. I got to get a ticket in order to use it. And, of course, couldn't go without somebody saying no ALLs this season, please. I try not to. It's not my fault. I do my best. Let's just go with it. So with that, thank you, chat. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And with that, let's drop the puck on of a great season. Keep it real. Keep it teal. Keep it real, Teal.